So, we meet again. Hey you guys, we will get started in 5 minutes at the usual time, 2 o'clock East Coast time. Okay, and have a lovely thing planned for you guys today. Hi Athavan, how you doing? You're the first one here, and the Corleys, of course, are here. I'll say hi. And thanks for joining me. There's already 34 of us in the room. That was quick. Sandy Nichols is here, and Maria in Texas is here. Hi. Ian and Erica, of course. They never miss one. Braden's here from New York. Alana, hi. Okay. Grant in Virginia is here. Eckham. Hi, Eckham. And Grace is here. Hi. Somebody says, hi, Nina. Oh, that's because they must see that Nina's here. Xavier's here, and Tanya. Nina's working at her desk. The Glass Gang is here and ready to go. The Kendrick kids, I should say. Bennett in the house. Darcy, hi. What's going on outside? Oh, it's the garbage trucks are outside, actually. Amelia and Joseph, Blake and Walker are here. The garbage trucks are picking up the garbage, so they got to beep. Hudson and Cooper are here, and A. Lynn from Mineola. Maddie, Julie, Josh, and Abby. Hi. Caroline in Philly. Liam and Amelia. Jesse. Hong Kong. Camilla's in Hong Kong? Cool. Jace, Ashlyn, and Bo are here. Billy Sickles. Hey, couldn't get started without you, Billy. Ion and Anaya in New Jersey. Thank you, Dorothy, for that nice comment. The Corleys have not missed one. We're going to be starting in 3 minutes. The Crazy Coopers are here. The Maslowski kids in Fresno. Maddox is here. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Hattie is here. It's like a smoke detector. Spencer in Scotch Plains and the Searle Squad. Never miss one. Molly's here. Srikar from India. Cool. Lainey and Ben are here. Max and Theo in Virginia. Druckmans. Hi, Druckmans. How many Druckmans are there? Billy Bob. How you doing? Molly's from Evanston, Illinois. Okay, all right. Noah also in Illinois. I think there's a Noah in Hawaii, too. Josephine is here from Pennsylvania. We're going to get started in 2 minutes. Evelyn and Patrick. Lainey and Ben. Didn't I say that already? Rotzello. Yo. I know Lainey and Ben are here. Darcy. Hi, Darcy. Hayden from Illinois. Somebody said they want to see me in real life. This is it. This is real life. I'm here. Sheldon. Hi. Chase and Gavin. They're eating Rita's. You mean Rita's water ice? Kyler's here in Texas. And Rohan and Rishi are here. Sophia and Joshua and Alexa. Austin, Texas is here. We got a minute and a half. Meredith is here, and lots of people. Call your friends. We still have time to get them in here. Your cousins, whatever. Luca and Hudson in their fort. Maddie and Olivia from New Jersey. Okay. Philip is here. We have 55 seconds to go. Liam and Lexi. Amy. Hi, Amy. Got to get over 200. Isaac is here. Okay. And Alex from Michigan. And Luke is here from New Jersey. Shayna and Haley. Emma Jane. I've never seen that name before. Welcome. Hi, Winona. We're about to get started. Hi, Darcy. We got about a half a minute to go. Mom is here. It's about time Mom got here. Carter and Mitchell. And Zach from Maynard. Philip is here. Calvin, Dean, and Elaine are here from Texas. And we got just 15 seconds, 10 seconds left. Okay. I better take a quick sip. It's go time, baby. Hi, Dan Gutman here. That's Gutman, not Gutman, by the way. I went on YouTube, saw some people pronouncing my name Gutman. And I'm the guy who writes the My Weird School series and lots of other books for kids too. And let's get right to our question of the day, which is from Mara in Puerto Rico. And Mara asked, how do you get started as a writer? Mara, there's one very important thing you need to get started as a writer. And that is, of course, my book, My Weird Writing Tips. It's got lots of tips that'll help you become a writer. But seriously, there's actually two things that you need. Two things that everybody needs to become a writer. And the first one is, I lost it. Oh dear. Well, the first one is a piece of paper. And the second one is a pencil. A paper and a pencil. That's all you need. Start writing and you can be a writer too. Okay, so let's get started with our book of the week, which is, as you know, Mrs. Meyer is on Fire. And if you've been following, you know that Mrs. Meyer works for the local fire department. She's a firefighter. And she comes to the school to teach the kids about fire safety. Also tells a lot of bad fire jokes. And she has a bit of a temper. She's already completely destroyed the smoke detector in the school with a fire extinguisher because it wouldn't stop beeping. You know how annoying that is. And she also gives some good advice to the kids about, how to prevent fires or what to do if you get caught in a fire too. So that's where we left off yesterday. And now we're going to start with chapter 5, which is titled AJ the Human. All right, you guys ready? Gather around your big screen TV, your laptop, your portable phone, your whatever it is. Let's get going. Ready? We were sitting in class the next day, minding our own business. Mr. Cooper told us to open our math books. But then, suddenly, lights started flashing. Sirens started screaming. And you'll never believe who ran into the door at that moment. Nobody. Why would you run into a door? That would hurt. I thought we went over that in chapter 3. But you'll never believe who ran into the doorway. No, it wasn't Mrs. Meyer. Ha! You thought it was Mrs. Meyer, but it wasn't. So na-na-na-boo-boo on you. Actually, it wasn't a person who ran into the doorway at all. It was a bear! And the bear was wearing a hat and holding a shovel. Everybody started yelling and screaming and shrieking and hooting and hollering and hiding under their desks and generally freaking out. And here's a picture of the bear. You could hear the sirens in the distance. Wow, how realistic is this read aloud, huh? Okay. Eek! Went all the girls. There's a bear in the class, shouted Ryan. Help! Shouted Neil. Run for your lives! Actually, this wasn't the first time a bear came into our school. One time, my job was to be the door closer, but I forgot to close the door and a bear walked right into the gym. You should have been there. And if you weren't there, you can just read it in this book. Okay. The point is, bears come to our school frequently. Eek! Stop! Shouted the bear, holding its hand up. Wait! Calm down, calm down. That was weird. Since when do bears talk? And since when do bears wear hats and carry shovels? Something tells me that is not a real bear, said Mr. Cooper. I think it might be Mrs. Meyer in a bear costume, said Ryan. It sounds just like her. Are you Mrs. Meyer? Andrea asked the bear. Meyer, said the bear. Never heard of her. My name is Woodsy the bear. Woodsy the bear? That's a weird name. It was obvious that Woodsy was a bear. He didn't need to have the last name Bear. That would be like me calling myself AJ the Human. I'm here to teach you how to prevent forest fires, said Woodsy the bear. Everybody calmed down. Woodsy said we should always build our campfires 15 feet away from tents, shrubs, trees, or branches that could catch on fire. Then he said to get rid of grass, twigs, and leaves in the area. He told us to circle the fire pit with rocks to keep a bucket of water and a shovel nearby in case of emergency. Woodsy gave us lots of good advice about making a campfire in the woods. Then he told us that he had to go talk to the other classes. Wow, you sure know a lot about preventing forest fires, I told Woodsy. You probably know as much as Mrs. Meyer. Remember, Woodsy told me, only you can prevent forest fires. Only me? Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I started getting nervous. Here's a picture of Woodsy, Jim's picture of Woodsy talking to AJ, telling him that only he can prevent forest fires. What about Ryan, I asked. Can't he prevent forest fires? Well, yes, Ryan too, said Woodsy the bear. I really must go visit the other classes now. How about Neil, I asked. Can Neil prevent forest fires? Yeah, said Woodsy the bear. I suppose Neil can also prevent forest fires. Look, I'm sorry, but I must go. And Michael, I asked, can he prevent forest fires? Yeah, sure, anybody can, said Woodsy the bear impatiently. Then why didn't you say so, I asked. It's just an expression, said Woodsy the bear. When I said only you can prevent forest fires, I meant everybody can prevent forest fires. That made no sense at all. If he meant everybody can prevent forest fires, he should have said that in the first place. It was like when Mrs. Meyer told us we should put smoke detectors on the floor when she really meant we should put them on the ceiling. People should say what they mean. What about aliens from other planets, I asked. Can they prevent forest fires? I'm out of here, Woodsy the bear said. Then he turned and left. Woodsy the bear is weird. All right, that's chapter 5. Here's chapter 6, which is titled, You're Welcome. You know how your parents and teachers say you have to read a chapter of a book every night? Sometimes you just don't want to because reading books is hard. And then your mom or dad yells and screams and nags you about it, right? I know what it's like. My parents do that to me all the time. Don't you wish there was a really short chapter you could knock off in 5 minutes so you could go do fun stuff like play video games or watch TV? Well, your old pal AJ has the solution to your problem. And this is it. Chapter 6. That's right. You just read it. It's over. Done. Now you can tell your parents that you finished a chapter in a book today. So na-na-na boo-boo on them. You're welcome. And if you're one of those kids, you might want to check out another book that I wrote called My Weird Reading Tips. All right, let's do chapter 7 now, which is titled Drill, Baby, Drill. Every day, Mr. Cooper tries to teach us how to do math. I don't know why. What's the point of learning math when we have calculators? Anyway, Mr. Cooper had just told us to turn to page 23 in our math books when lights started flashing and sirens started screaming. And you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years what happened next. No, Mrs. Meyer didn't come running into the doorway. Wrong again. Fire drill! Everybody started shouting. Yay! A fire drill is when we have to pretend there's a fire even though nothing is burning up. It's kind of like having an imaginary friend who you talk to but isn't really there. I used to have an imaginary friend named Johnny, but we got into an argument and now we're not speaking to each other anymore. Fire drills are cool because we get to miss math and reading and other boring stuff. If you ask me, we should have a fire drill every day. We had to get up and walk single file out of the building. Mr. Cooper was the line leader. Alexia was the door holder. Everybody was goofing around because we knew it wasn't a real fire. If it was a real fire, I would have run out of there like a cheetah was chasing me. Walk quickly, kids, Mr. Cooper told us. No talking. We had to stand out in the playground for 1,100,000 hours because I guess that's how long it takes a school to burn down. So we were standing out there minding our own business, and you'll never believe what I saw coming out of the trees next to the playground. Smoke. And here's the kids standing around in the fire drill watching the woods in the distance. There's smoke coming out. Okay. Hey, look over there, I said, pointing towards the woods. It looks like a forest fire might be starting, yelled Andrea. Oh no, hollered Michael. Run for your lives, shouted Neil. We've got to do something, hollered Emily. That's right, yelled Ryan. Only all of us can prevent forest fires. Let's go, said Mr. Cooper as he pulled out his cell phone. I'll call the school and tell them to alert the fire department. We ran into the woods to see if we could put out the forest fire. And you'll never believe in 1,100 years what we found there. It was Mrs. Meyer. She was sitting next to a little campfire holding a long stick with a hot dog at the end of it. And here's Jim's picture of Mrs. Meyer sitting in the woods with a campfire. What are you doing here, Mrs. Meyer? Asked Michael. What does it look like I'm doing? She replied. I'm cooking a hot dog. I never got to eat breakfast today. Did you make that fire with your own hands? Asked Alexia. Well, I couldn't make it with somebody else's hands, she said, taking a bite of her hot dog. Did any of you kids ever make a campfire? No, said Neil. No, said Andrea. No, said Emily. In case you were wondering, everybody was saying no. There are 3 things you need to make a fire, Mrs. Meyer told us as she took another bite of her hot dog. Can anybody name one of them? Lighter fluid, I shouted. You're partly right, AJ, she said. You need fuel, air, and heat. The fuel is needed for the fire to burn. The air is needed for the fire to breathe. And the heat is needed to keep the fire burning. If you get rid of any one of those 3 things, your fire will go out. Boy, she sure knew a lot about making a fire. She should get the Nobel Prize. That's a prize they give out to people who know how to make fires. Mrs. Meyer took the last bite of her hot dog. If fire is so dangerous, why would we want to make one? Asked Andrea. So you can toast marshmallows, silly, said Mrs. Meyer. Marshmallows? I love marshmallows. I can't think of anything in the world I love more than marshmallows. Well, maybe chocolate and ice cream and pizza. But I really like marshmallows too. Mrs. Meyer pulled out a big bag of them and gave each of us a pointy stick. She showed us how to hold the marshmallow over the fire and turn it really slowly so it gets browned on all sides. Toasty brown all around, Mrs. Meyer said. Repeat after me. Toasty brown all around. Toasty brown all around, we all chanted. I ate about 1,100,000 marshmallows. I thought I was going to throw up. It was the greatest day of my life. And here's a picture of AJ and the gang toasting marshmallows over the fire. I love marshmallows. Say, do you kids want to hear a joke? Mrs. Meyer asked as we were toasting our marshmallows. Oh no, not again. Mrs. Meyer's jokes are awful. Did you hear about the fire at the circus? She asked us. No, we all replied. It was intense, said Mrs. Meyer. That was the whole joke. I didn't get it. Of course it was intense. It was at the circus. Mrs. Meyer's jokes made no sense at all. After we finished all the marshmallows, Mrs. Meyer just sat there, staring into the fire without saying anything for a long time. She looked all glassy-eyed. It was like she was in a trance or something. Here's Jim's picture of Miss Meyer just gazing into the fire. Have you ever gazed into a fire? Fire is an amazing thing, don't you think? she finally said. It can be so useful and also so destructive. Like I said, Mrs. Meyer is weird. And that, my friends, is the end of chapter 7. Tomorrow, we're going to start on chapter 8, which is titled, The Truth About Mrs. Meyer. But before we wrap it up, how about our joke of the day? You guys ready for the joke of the day? Okay, here's the joke. What's orange and invisible? What's orange and invisible? Give up? This carrot I'm holding. Get it? All right. Forget about that joke. Get off your couch, all right? Stop staring at screens. You know what time it is. It's time for Josh Salzman and Ryan Cunningham. Thank you to them for our theme song. How does it go? And man, oh man, is that man nuts? My weird school, a million hundred hours long. My weird school, where normal things do not belong. My weird school, where art is cool, and the teachers are strange as a rule. And my weird school, oh yeah, it's my weird school. All right, you guys, see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Wash your hands like crazy and read like crazy too, okay? Bye, you guys.